All right, good morning. Happy Wednesday, happy Cinco de Mayo. I hope you guys are doing well today. Okay, first of all, for the last exam, I got 25 messages. So those 25 messages are going to take me 2 or 3 hours to address. So I don't mind addressing them, but you are responsible for being able to do the online problems. So that's why I told you since August, to do the online problems so that you know how to input your answers correctly. So I'm going to be pretty strict, about this exam, because at this point, you should know what I expect and you should be doing the things that I expect. So anyhow, I haven't looked at that, and I probably won't look at it or have time until this weekend to look at it. So I'm not super happy on a Saturday to be looking, at things like that. If there's mistakes with the software, I'm happy to look at that, but there isn't a lot of mistakes going on in the software. So I've noticed with all the exams that I've given in all my classes, the software is not failing. The software is not making mistakes. The software is not kicking people out. So none of that stuff is going on. So just stay cognizant of what's happening and make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. All right. The next thing is that lesson 10.1 is due tonight. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. And we're going to look at some problems from 10.2 today. So let's start with 10.1. 10.1 was sequence and summation notation. Anyone want to ask me any questions about lesson 10.1? All right. So what I'd like to do today, since usually we have 80-minute classes. This is a 45-minute class on Wednesday, so it flies by. What I want to do is I want to give you problems in 10.2 and make sure that you know what's going on. So when I give you these problems, make sure that you use your notes. So the first thing you should look at is grab your notes and see how to do the problem from your notes. So the last time we were together in 10.2, we looked at finding a common difference. So given a sequence, we looked at finding if there's a common difference, it means that the sequence is arithmetic. So a sequence is definitely arithmetic if it has a common difference. We looked at writing the terms of an arithmetic sequence. We also looked at a formula for the general term of an arithmetic sequence. And then we also looked at a formula for the sum, and that's also known as the series. So it's the arithmetic series formula. So let's get started. Can you guys open up your books to 1059? So page 1059. All right. So on page 1059 in your Math Wizard team, you're going to do problem number 2 and you're going to do problem number 16. And then you're going to report back here. So let's look at the directions for number 2. Number 2 says write the first 6 terms. So what you're going to do is you're going to basically given a sub 1 and a common difference of 50, you're going to write the first 6 terms and make sure you write the sequence separated by commas. In number 16, you're going to find the indicated term given that information. So in other words, do they want you to find the 50th term? Do they want you to find the 52nd term? And you're going to need that formula to do that. So hopefully you printed this out or you took a picture of it because you should have this in front of your face in order to look at the rules, you know, as a single shot on a sheet of paper. So. Okay, I'm going to see you back here at 9:45. Giving you a lot of time. Next time, I'm not going to give you that much time for the next two problems. You're going to go to your Math Wizard teams quickly, and you're going to do these two problems and report back here at 9:45, and we'll take a look at them. All right? Okay, I'll see you in your Math Wizard teams. All right, and we're back. So in problem number 2, they're telling you, what are they giving you? What are they giving you in this problem?
The first term.
And?
The common difference.
Yep. So they're giving you the first term and the common difference. And remember I told you, you always want to look at a problem and know, what are they giving me? What are they giving me to work with? And then we always want to read the directions. So the directions say, write the first 6 terms of the arithmetic. So they're telling you it's arithmetic. And so, hey, they give us the first term. So this is the problem where I think you could just guess. So what do you think the next term is?
350?
Like guessing. Yeah. So let's think about this. We know that if we take the successor minus the previous, we should get the common difference, right? So isn't 350 minus 350? So
Yeah.
what about the third term? Take a guess.
400.
All right. So if you have 400 minus 350, does that give you a common difference? Sure does. If you take the fourth term, take a guess.
$450.
Minus 400 is 50. And so the fifth term, we're guessing 500. Well, we don't need a formula for that. We don't need some fancy thing to do that. We're just using our brains. And so now we write the sequence would be 300, 350, 400, 450, and 500. And then we can look at it one more time and say, all right, well, when I go backwards, am I getting a common difference of 50? Sure looks like it. So that's it. All right, let's go to number 16.
Wait, Ms. Birch, isn't for number 2, aren't we going to the first 6 terms?
Oh, was it? I'm sorry. Yes, you're right. My bad. My bad. A sub 6 would be what, 550? So,
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. 550. Yeah, thank you. All right, moving on to 16. What are they giving us? They're telling us to find the 16th term. They're giving us a sub 1 and the common difference. Okay, so what do they want? They're saying find the indicated term of the arithmetic sequence with the first term and the common difference. So we have a formula for this. So we're going to pull out our sheet and just write the formula from the sheet that a sub n is equal to a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times d. And I do recommend that you write that down and put it in a box because it's like a roadmap. So after you write it down, it's easy to just fill in the blanks. Now, I'm assuming that 99.9% of you are doing this because I model this every day in class pretty much. So you should be doing what I model. All right, so here we go. So we're trying to find the 16th term, and we know the first term is 9, and we know that that n takes on the subscript because that's an n also. So that would be 9 minus 1, and you're going to make sure that you show multiplication. Now, if that thing was negative, you would want to put it in parentheses because we don't want it to look like subtraction. So that is when you have a variable sitting on a parenthesis, it's being multiplied. All right, so that's it. So we have 9 plus, and this is going to be 8 times 2. Make sure you follow the order of operations because if you add and write 17, you're going to get the wrong answer. So we're not in English where we read from left to right. We're in math where we follow the order of operations. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally where we multiply first. So this would be 9 plus 16, which is way different than if we went from left to right. So our 16th term then is 25. And I do want you on the test, I do want you to use the formula. I know that you can count to 16, but here's the whole thing. If they wanted us to find the 66th term, we would have to use the formula. And so just know that I could make the problem really hard. So you want to be able to, this is all a test of, can you use the rule to find the 16th term? So use the rule. That's what we're doing. Use the rule. All right. Okay, let's try a couple more problems. Hopefully things went smoothly with that. Do you want to do another one of those? Or are you guys okay?
Could we do another problem like that?
Sure. All right. Let's do problem number 22. And then the next problem we're going to do is 24, more challenging, but it's okay to stretch your thinking. And then let's do a sum. Number 36 is they're wanting you to find the sum. And the sum is also known as the arithmetic series, which means that you have to use the sum formula. And it's on the sheet. So make sure you look at what they're giving you and make sure that you read the directions. Okay, so it's 9:52. Let's come back at 10:05. All right, do me a favor, please. If you finish early, put a C as complete in the chat. I'll open it up so that we can move things along and then we're not wasting time. So if your team finishes early, put a C. Everybody individually put a C in the chat so that I know you're done. I'll see you in your Math Wizard team. All right. Okay, so let's take a look at this. In the first one, they're asking us to find the 70th term. So we want to use that formula or rule. So like I recommended, write it down. Even if you don't know what you're doing, write it down as a map to help out. So we know we're trying to find the 70th term. We don't want to do it by hand without a rule. So we know that the first term is -32, and we know that n is the subscript. So that's 70 minus 1, and the common difference is 4 that we're multiplying by. So we have -32 plus, this would be 69 times 4. Watch your notation. So you can either put them both in parentheses, but somehow you want to show multiplication. So we end up with -32 plus, what's 69 times 4?
276. Oh,
Okay. And so what's 276 minus 32?
244.
Is it 244?
Yeah, because it's -32.
Okay. All righty. So the 70th term with little effort is 244. Okay, now in the next problem, they're giving you a sequence, and that's an infinite sequence, but let's read the directions. It says, write a formula for the general term of the arithmetic sequence. That means this has a common difference. We don't know what it is right now, but we can find it easily. So D is going to be 7 minus 2, 12 minus 5, 17 minus 12. It says don't use recursive. It says use the formula for A sub n. So they're telling us to use this again. So they're saying use that formula to find A sub 20. No, but they're asking us, first of all, they're asking us to do two things. They're asking us to write a formula. Then they're asking us to find A sub 20. So the question is, how do we write a formula? Well, for sure, we have to leave n open so it works for any number. And that means this n is going to stay n. And we know that A sub 1 is 2, and we can find the common difference. So off to the side, we could say, okay, well, we have 7 minus 2, 12 minus 7, 17 minus 12. So 7 minus 2 is 5, 5, 5. So our common difference is 5. So there you go. There's your rule. Now we're going to use the rule to find the 20th term. So A sub 20 is equal to 2 plus 20 minus 1, that's that n, times 5. So we get 2 plus 19 times 5, which is 2 plus, what is that, 95? Is that correct?
Yeah.
So that would be what, 97? So the 20th term is 97. So there's our rule, and there's our 20th term.
Wait, Miss Birch, I noticed for 22 you put n, like you put 70, right? But
Yeah.
why wouldn't you put negative 32 though? For
On number
22?
22, we're finding
Yeah.
the 70th term.
Oh, yeah, that's okay.
So we're finding the 70th term, and the first term is 2. So the subscript is 70, and the first term is negative 32, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So let's take a look at 36, and we'll do some more of these. Okay, number 36, that says find the sum. So the minute it says find the sum, you know you want the sum formula. So number 36 is, they want the first 25 terms. And they give the arithmetic sequence. What is that? 7, 19, 31, 43. So once again, we look at our sheet and we get the sum formula out. So the sum formula would be S sub n is equal to n times the quantity A sub 1 plus A sub n divided by 2. So we want to find the sum of the first 25 terms. So this n would be 25. Our A sub 1 is the first term, and what we want here is A sub 25. So we cannot do this problem because we're missing the 25th term. So wouldn't you use the rule for the general term to find the 25th term? So we need to find the 25th term. We know a sub 1 is 7. In this case, n is 25. And now we need the common difference. Well, we don't know it. But we can take 19 minus 17, 31 minus 19, and 43 minus 31 to find the common difference. So what's 19 minus 17? It should be 7. What's 19 minus 7? 12. What's 31 minus 19? 12, 12, 12. So the common difference is 12. Now we find the 25th term, 7 plus 24 times 12. What's 24 times 12?
288.
288. What's 288 plus 7? 295. So the 25th term is 295. So now we go back to the problem and we say, okay, we can't cross cancel because 2 and 25 won't work. And so we have 7 plus the 25th term, which is 295 divided by 2. So this would be 25 times, what is that? What's 295 and 7? 295 and 7.
302.
Okay, so can't you cancel here? So 2 goes into 30 15 times. So wouldn't that be 151?
Yeah.
So what's 25 times 151?
Uh, 3,775.
And that's correct. So 3,775, and that is the correct answer for the sum of the first 25 terms. And with that, class is over. It's very simple if you keep your work organized and you conceptually know what you're trying to do. So you need the 25th term, use the nth term to find the 25th term, find the common difference because you need it for that, put the 25th term in there and work the problem. All right. Once again, happy Cinco de Mayo. Have a great day. All right. And I will see you tomorrow. All right. Have a good day.
Bye, Ms. Birch. Oh, real quick, Ms. Birch, I was just gonna let you know, for the problems that I sent you yesterday, for the remind,